Today's video, we're going to talk about my April, which it's been a hell of a month so far, so I'm pretty glad to be starting a new month. So let me know if you guys can hear me okay in the chat, because we're not using a microphone
We're
today.
not mic'd today.
It's super tight, so Christine and I are going to be at different audio levels because she is
Right next to the camera.
right next to the camera and I'm back here. But we'll try to make it equal. So let us know if you can hear us, and then we'll get straight into it. This is actually just a video about my own issues. So this has nothing to do with anybody else's channel. So okay, first off, last month I got suspended on eBay for not being able to provide invoices on $1.8 million worth of sneakers. This is interesting because I've been getting a few emails from people who work at eBay with all different information on why they think I was suspended. And one person even said that this is an extraordinary case that he has not seen in 15 years working at eBay. So this is kind of dramatic, but are suspensions permanent? I guess not really. I think that most people can come back from an eBay suspension, whether it's a year later, 5 years later. Usually it's not lifetime, but from what I was told during the meeting, it is permanent. So I'm not planning on being back on eBay, but it's not impossible for me to get back onto the platform. So that was already really crazy. That video was the most, like, one of my top 5 videos in views. So even though that happened to me, I actually had my biggest month on YouTube ever. I gained 5,000 subscribers. So pretty interesting YouTube, because YouTube, since I lost my eBay income, it's interesting that the YouTube income actually went up. So that's a little bit nice in a respect, but not the best kind of views that I was looking for. I like to have views because I'm helping people, not necessarily because of drama. So had my biggest month on YouTube, which is exciting. I'm in the process of moving. So I have to move the mentorship back 1 week. Starting Monday next week at 9 a.m., I'm going to stream the mentorship from here. So I'm giving myself 1 week to rearrange this so that I can work at a desk here and set up a hotspot so I can run the mentorship from here. I'm still open to picking a few more people, so email me at chris@dailyrefinement.com, put mentorship in the subject line, and let me know why I should pick you. So I'm trying to pick 10 people from all different circumstances and to have a good story to tell. That way we can all learn from their expertise. And I still think that I provide some of the best information on eBay and running an online store on the internet. So if you guys have never seen me before, please smash the like button. Consider subscribing if you like information on how to run an online store. I'm still a full-time reseller, so I'm just have to move my goods to a different platform. Essentially, it's very similar. I'm gonna redo this space and take down all the shelves. So in addition to moving to my in-laws, moving to my mother-in-law's house, because we are moving into a new place, and while it's being redone, I just wanted to temporarily move. So the next couple of months I'm going to be finishing moving. That's obviously been a lot of work, and going through a renovation is also time consuming, and there's a lot of meetings that I have to go to, so that's been very time consuming. Okay, next, I've sold probably 80% of my eBay store, so I just have a few boxes left of my inventory, maybe 2,000 pieces left. So that's been going well. Whatnot has been a good transition for me temporarily. I'm running auctions 7 days a week now, starting at 9 or 10 a.m. And all my staff from eBay has switched over to Whatnot. I was thinking 1,000 item Posh Closet just to do proof of concept, but then I'm not sure because a lot of people were complaining about Poshmark having a really disorganized and unprofessional fireside chat a few days ago. So I still think Poshmark's probably second best for clothing. We'll have to see and we'll have to figure it out. And again, let me know if the audio is okay. I don't have a mic today. Okay. Next, I have a couple more things and then we'll do a live Q&A. We finalized our first merch designs. So we've been selling a few. We will take photographs of the items and then post them in our store on my website, dailyrefinement.com, shortly. So I want to go through all the processes of setting up our own online store, and then people have been telling me that Shopify optimizes your SEO and that's why it's so expensive. I'm not sure, but I would be curious, as a lot of people have asked me to start a Shopify store, sell my own products, so that's been interesting. Okay, then I actually added 2 employees. So interestingly enough, when the eBay suspension happened, I gained 2 more employees because more opportunities actually came in. I'm actually surprised. when that happened, I got more emails than I've ever gotten in my entire life about different ideas, different sponsorships, different people reaching out, different people who wanted to partner. More than 100 people offering to let me use their eBay store. So I'm not like super interested in circumventing the eBay process and working in another store, but if I did, eBay wouldn't know because we would be operating it as a business account, and I wouldn't have anything to do with it, and it wouldn't be at this location. But that was interesting, right? All these people saying, you guys to spend it on eBay, take over mine, let's just do the same thing but no shoes. Okay, next is my Prius, my 62,000 mile Prius. The transmission failed. So I sold cars for 4 years. I've never seen a Prius transmission fail, especially at 62,000 miles. So that was a $6,000 repair, which is ridiculous. So right now, used cars cost more than new cars, which is mind-boggling. But I do want to get rid of this car because I feel a little bit unsafe driving it, because the transmission just literally failed while I was driving. So luckily I'm safe, no one was hurt, baby is fine, but I want to replace that. I'm thinking about also, I'm considering a Ford Transit. I think those are cool. And I think, I've got a lot more shipments going out. It'd be nice to have more room for cargo. So if anybody has any experience with the Ford Transit, let me know. I think they're really cool. Okay. Also, Christina and I are going to FlipCon in August. So I'm pretty excited about that. So if you want to meet me, you can go to flipcon.net, I believe. Sign up for that event. It's being done by Phoenix Resale and Harry Tornado. I'm going to do a couple of videos plugging that event this week because I'm all about it. And I was a little worried that they wouldn't want me to speak at the conference because of that issue. But we're going to be fine. I would like to record our podcast in front of a live audience. So I would love for Christine and I to meet Wednesday night, because the event is on the weekend. Wednesday night, let's all meet up. 10 of us, if you guys are interested in that, meet up together. We'll have dinner, record the podcast live with Tech and Sports. Tech and Sports is my partner in the Facebook group only. I have nothing to do with him in any of his other endeavors, especially not his eBay store. He's been doing that solo for 13 years. Just wanted to clear that up. We do not do business on eBay together. We just talk about eBay together on our podcast. Also, the secret podcast that we posted last Friday, called Advanced eBay, was like, we spent 18 months writing that episode essentially. It's one of our best episodes. There's a lot of research that went into that, and we think that that is the best way to approach Patreon. So if you want to join our Patreon group for $5, you get access to that podcast. But our more advanced mentorship starts 1 week from now, next Monday. I'll be streaming it live on YouTube at 9 a.m. And you can follow along for free. You can join the Facebook group if you want to, but reselling, to be honest, it doesn't require a course or anything paid. It doesn't require any fancy supplies. You can build a 7-figure eBay business with just your phone and a computer. You don't need any fancy equipment. Those types of things marketed to people are just to get your money. You don't need a thermal printer. You just need to know the basics. So we'll go over that mentorship a little bit later. Also, last thought, your reputation is really the most important thing that you guys have. So for me, luckily, I've done my best to build a reputation over the last 5 years online, and that has allowed me to transition from eBay into something else. So it's important to understand your reputation is the most important thing that can happen to you. And I had another reseller post a video about my reputation. Actually, a lot of people have. But I posted my first ever response video last month also, and that was surprising. And so I do not want to go down that road of responding to other resellers because I like to keep my channel mostly about myself. And April was an insane month for me. So many different things happened. So it's nice to be able to take a breath, just relax for a minute, try something new. I'm good with not being on eBay anymore. I don't want to circumvent it. Consider it a lesson for everybody listening right now. When your eBay store does shut down one day, is your family just going to call Goodwill or Salvation Army and donate the whole thing? Do you have an exit strategy? This was a premature exit strategy for me, where I essentially sold all my inventory because I don't want to take it out of these bags. Almost all the inventory is gone at this point. I'll be selling the rest of it on Whatnot starting at 9 a.m. in the morning. Let's see. That's it. So that's all the stuff that's happened to me. It's a lot. So I'm moving, changing, transitioning. Still, we're going to be redoing the space once I take all the shelves down. So I mean, this has been a pretty dramatic couple of weeks. So hopefully there's some questions.
Polka Dotted Plume says, did you already pick everyone for the mentorship?
No,
The
I
free one.
haven't. So the main thing that I'm looking for is great audio visual, because I need to know, because we're going to be streaming it on YouTube. I want you to be comfortable and have a good internet connection so that we can chat. And that, the mentorship is actually, it's okay. This is kind of crazy because the whole mentorship is only 5 minutes. But I have to extend it out into an 8-week program so people feel like it's more worth it. But reselling is really not that complicated. You can explain reselling in 5 minutes. It's the actual execution part that's hard. Doing it is hard. Explaining it is not hard. So I haven't picked everybody yet. Email me, chris@dailyrefinement.com, mentorship in the title. Please give me some reasons to pick you other than you've been struggling. A lot of people are struggling. That's not a good enough reason. I want to know, like, what have you done? What's your history? Give me a little bit more info, because there's been literally 1,000 people who've responded. So I need a little bit more information about you to make a better decision.
JM says, hi Chris, I have some expensive items that I'm hesitant to put on eBay since there's so many scams buyers can do and tend to get away with. Any ideas?
So this is a kind of touchy subject. I have 90% of my store or more is under $30 for that reason. I don't want to run into any issues. I don't want any brands bothering me. I don't want any letters from people. So I'm not super interested in selling high dollar items. If you do, you just have to be careful, because the best you can do is film yourself packaging it, use security tape, post 12 accurate pictures, post the serial number. There's so many things that you can do to try to reduce fraud, but you can't. And the more expensive the item, the more common the fraud can be. So just be careful. And a lot of people were worried about being suspended after I got suspended for no policy violations. I know Auction Professor just posted a video talking about when you agree to sell on eBay, you agree to their terms and agreement, and that's true. So that's why I'm not mad, because I signed up for eBay. I understand they can suspend me for any reason. My email says you might have violated one of our policies. I don't have any policy violations, right? They just deemed me too high of a risk. So I recommend, if you have some high dollar items, you can sell them on eBay, do the best you can, but try to avoid selling high dollar items over $500 if you can, to try to avoid this type of stuff.
Where could they maybe sell it instead?
You can't. So this is the great part of reselling. You don't have permission from the brand. When you sell Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Chanel, Canon, electronics, high-end luxury goods, you don't have permission. So the companies that help you sell it, the platforms, they're not going to assume any risk for you. You could send it into the Real. They do authentication services. You could do consignment. You can sell it yourself on eBay. It just comes with that risk. So again, sometimes, once in a while, sell a high-end item. If you're trying to build a business, though, I recommend under $30. If you're building a business, one-off situations, like you just said, you only have a few high-end items. It's not a big deal. If you have a few high-end items, let's say, for example, you have 10 $500 items. That's pretty expensive, right? That's $5,000. But if you list 10 $30 items a day, that's $36,000 worth of goods over an entire year with just cheap items. So it's more about what you do long term than these hits of temporary income. And that was the mistake that I made selling those shoes. I didn't need to sell those shoes. I just was tempting, because it was like, they're there, I can get them, they sell for a lot of money, they sell quickly, I know where they came from. The issue is that I jeopardized, it probably cost me millions of dollars, to be honest, because having an eBay account, talking about it is awesome. And it's like one of my favorite things to do. And I also noticed all of the videos right now talking about the eBay drama are made by people who genuinely like talking about eBay. eBay is interesting. So it's a really interesting platform to talk about. Amazon is not. Mercari is not. Poshmark is not that interesting to talk about. eBay is insanely interesting to talk about. Okay, so I feel like all these different videos, people really are passionate about this platform. So it's just something interesting.
Ahmad is asking how to increase selling limits and how to increase your store review.
This is great. So there's 2 questions here: how to increase your feedback percentage, reviews people left by people. Don't worry about that. Once you have 50 feedback, I feel like it doesn't deter people from buying from you. So don't worry. No feedback is good feedback, in my opinion. You don't have to ask or badger people into giving you a feedback. Some people will leave you a negative feedback if you bother them too much. So once you sell 500 items, you're going to have at least 10% of them leave you a feedback. To run into those selling limit issues, they go away after 2 or 3 months of doing a really good job. So when I started over, I got a 50,000 item limit in 3 months. I just made sure I shipped the same day, no open cases, no open returns, and eBay actually increased my limits without me asking. In our Facebook group, there's multiple posts of people getting their limits increased, even though they didn't ask. That's because eBay is saying, you're doing a great job, no customer issues, you answer questions quickly, you ship quickly, please sell more items. They will ask you to sell more items if you do a good job.
That was your Reseller Nirvana store.
That was my Reseller Nirvana store, but there's plenty of people who just started with their 10 item limit. I don't know what Christine's limit was when she started, but
it was like 250.
250 for her.
Yeah, something like
but
that.
It quickly goes up once you've had a few transactions under your belt. Don't worry so much about listing limit. Worry more about doing a good job.
Bearded Bookworm is asking, what time are the mentorship calls?
The mentorship calls, we already do one in the morning at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and they are recorded and put into the Patreon group. But the one I'm doing live on YouTube will be 9 a.m. Pacific, and I'm going to pick 10 people. And essentially what it is we're going to go through one topic each week for 8 weeks, and then repeat it. That way we can watch 10 people do it. You've already watched me do it for 5 years, so let's look at other people do it. And also, reselling is not just limited to eBay. So if you do Etsy, if you do Amazon, if you do Poshmark, Mercari, ThreadUp, whatever you do, let us know and we'll put you on.
Melissa Douglas is asking, how do I find Harry Tornado's thing?
Oh,
Flipcon.
Flipcon.net. So check out that. I don't know if there's a box for where you heard from, but Flipcon.net. It's a cool event. It's a couple of days. Is it a couple of days or 1 day? Maybe it's only 1 day. 1.5 days?
Yeah.
But we're going to be there. Christine and I are going to do our best to try to get some best practices, walk around, and hopefully I get to meet you guys there.
Mm-hmm. Sharon Plant says, I've been selling Funko Pops on eBay for a year.
Yeah.
I'm on 10,700 pounds in a 90-day. Do you think I'm doing okay? I've been following your channel and it's helping a lot. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, here's my answer for this. Okay, everybody smash the like button and get a piece of paper out. Ready? Let's do a sample size of 200 items, okay? So if you have 200 items in your store and you have 1 sale a day on average, I would consider you doing okay. That's like a healthy store. You most likely will not run out of money. So if you have a 2,000 item store, you would sell 10 a day. For 200, selling 1 a day. If you have 200 items in your store and you sell 2 a day, now I would consider you doing excellent. That's 1% per day sell-through rate. And on eBay, the average is only a 5% sell-through rate per month, which is really dismal. That means with 200 items in your store, you'd only sell 10 per month. So that means every 3 days you'd only sell 1. That's the average on eBay because so many people list items incorrectly or list garbage that never sells. So that drags down the average to only 5% sell-through rate. So if you have 200 items and only sell 10 per month, so you only have 1 sale every 3 days, you would be considered average. So average is 5%. Good is 0.5% per day, and then excellent would be 1% per day. So whatever number of items you have, 1% of those selling every day I would consider excellent. The size of your store doesn't matter. The dollar amount doesn't matter because that's variable depending on what you sell. So the number of items that sell for how many you have, that's how I dictate whether a store is doing well or not. I finally have an answer for that after 5 years. So
thank you for the super chat. Let's go.
Appreciate you.
Hippos. Thomas Kim says, hey Chris.
What's up?
Are you still going to create a Shopify store? I would love to see your process in setting it up and would like to find out the pros and cons about the platform.
Yep, we're going to do that. Christine and I are going to compare Shopify versus just throwing it on our own store. just to get an idea of the difference between the two. Shopify is expensive in my opinion. It's $80 a month, and I don't know why. Other than if they have a really cool storefront that you can pick, I don't know. So I'll compare that with building my own website on Squarespace, is what I use. I wish Squarespace was my sponsor. So if somebody help me get in touch with Squarespace. Also, if you are a lawyer or know a lawyer, please reach out to me because I'd like to know what I can do with this eBay suspension. Like, I think I can sue eBay and find out why. I don't know if that is even useful or important. Maybe that's a waste of money. But I think I can subpoena why I was suspended on eBay because I still don't even know. So other than I might have violated an eBay policy. That's so vague. So if you're a lawyer, know a lawyer, or you know somebody at Squarespace, please help me get a sponsor. I want to compare my own website with Shopify and see which does better.
Future Transport Show says, sorry, I missed the email address for the mentorship competition. Came in halfway through. I'm
no worries. Chris at dailyrefinement.com. Put mentorship in the title and let me know why I should pick you beyond your sales are slow, because that's like not a good reason to pick you. Maybe that is a good reason to pick you, but I'd like to see like somebody who more information than that.
Yeah, just more information.
More information,
because
it might just be like you haven't done anything in a week. So that's not. I need ideally somebody who wants to learn, hungry for information.
Yeah. Tan says, Chris, just want to say thank you. Your advice has improved my life.
Thank you. That's like the best compliment.
Polka Dotted Plume says, how would you store thousands of pieces of swimwear?
We might do. Christine actually stored by size. That's not a bad idea. You could do by size. You could do by SKU. Depends on if you have more than one. Swimwear was my top category, but I don't have a good supplier with swimwear, because when these boxes were the big ones, one of them was completely worn out and people were like, what's in that box? Swimwear. It was what was in that box. So I just put all my swimwear in that one box because it's so small. So I packed it all in.
So you'd probably still store it like that.
I still store it the same way.
Yeah, like in the bags.
Because also swimwear is like disheveled unless it's in a bag. It's like such
little pieces and stuff.
Little pieces everywhere, and it's hard to see. So
and stuff.
We've been using these little stickers right here for the size. So that's what I would do for swimwear, since it's hard to see what it is.
Yeah. So definitely bag them.
I would bag them.
Yeah. Let's see. Christy Smith says, I've recently started promoted listings.
Yep.
If I make an offer to a customer that I've promoted, do I still get charged the promoted listings fee?
Yeah. If they find your listing through promoted listings and you send an offer, you get charged the fee. So don't worry about the promoted listings fee. If you're going to play promoted listings game, you only get charged if they buy it. So it's something to consider though, right? Because let's say you're doing 10% promoted listings, which is high, on a $50 item. You're already paying $5, so it's kind of like you're at 45 already. And then if you offer a 20% discount, so now it's 40, you still get hit with the promoted listings advertising fee, because that customer wouldn't have watched the item without clicking on your item. So it's kind of like you pay if you get the sale. So I wouldn't worry about it too much because that's part of the promoted listings game. So if you don't like that, what you could do is, in my opinion, instead of listing it for 50, list it for 45, so you don't have any promotions. So you're already more aggressive, then offer the rate. Because if you're not going to use promoted listings, try and do something that will make people look at you. So I would just deduct the promoted listings discount that you would be paying eBay, give it to your customer, develop that rapport with your customers, and then you'll have repeat buyers, which is massive. Having repeat buyers really helps.
Kimberly is asking, the auction professor had a video a day ago talking about eBay controlling our prices, meaning eBay can lower our prices if they want. Can you explain, please?
Okay, so in that video, I watched it this morning. There's a couple things that has happened to Don. One was they switched his listings from paid for shipping to free shipping. I've heard that's happened. It hasn't happened to me, but I think there's proof that has happened. So shipping being switched without people knowing, promoted listings rates being switched without people knowing, My guess is, just from my personal experience in doing this for a while, sometimes people do sell similar, and those business practices transfer over. So like somebody was offering free shipping, you did sell similar, it carried over to yours. Now, I know some people have had a glitch and eBay changes it. Just for me personally, that never happened. I never had eBay switch the policies, but I also had a very simple business policy where every single item had the same shipping policy, same return policy, same payment policy, which made it easier. So all 28,000 items had the same exact template, right? So it was less likely for that to happen. When you have multiple different policies, I feel like it could be user error, but I think eBay does switch that. And then when you do promoted listings and you pick a trending rate, like you pick trending +1, trending +2, you can put a cap on it. So let's say I'm willing to promote 2% more than my competitors up to 8%. eBay should not be charging you 9, 10, 11, 12 because you already said not 8. But I think I get those emails sometimes where people say, I said 8%, eBay charged me 10%. What gives? But I mean, that's kind of like, it's possible eBay made an error. It's possible you made an error. I don't want people to spend too much time worrying about this because we're talking about just a few dollars difference at the end of the month or end of the week. And that shouldn't mess up your business to the point where you can't operate. Like, it's more important to just list consistently than worry about these little nuances. But I think what Don was talking about is eBay changing up stuff. Like, I did not agree to free shipping. I did not agree to accept the best offer. That has happened to me. I had a no best offer listing and somebody sent me an offer. eBay added the best offer. But I haven't had the eBay accept, change my promoted, that kind of stuff personally happened to me. But I'm sure there's screenshots out there and people have it documented that eBay screwed up, but it hasn't been a huge problem for me.
Ben MC Art says, for the mentorship, do you feel you have advice on Whatnot?
Yes. So far on Whatnot, I've sold 5,000 items in my first month. That's pretty good. I am averaging over 100 sales a day. I'm now bumping up to try to get to 250 a day. I think Whatnot is different. Whatnot is if you're running a volume game, you will get way less money. I only got $7 an item on Whatnot. On eBay, I got $24 an item. So big difference in pricing. The strategy for getting good at Whatnot and eBay are the same. You have to understand the customer shopping for you. So for me on eBay, my clientele was like 28 to 40 female. Whatnot's not really 28 to 40 female, it's more like 15 to 30 male. So a bit different. 15 to 30 male, what I think that they like is they like swag, they like looking nice, they like impressing the ladies, they like making money, they like
Sorry for the
train. They like to get drunk, they like to fool around. Right? That's different. So essentially they're buying my women's items because they're trying to flip it to make a profit. They're not, my demographic is mostly male. So it depends. So on eBay, pick who you're gonna serve and then do, like right now I'm trying to provide information for people who want to improve their online store. That's my demographic. If I was talking about fishing right now, it wouldn't relate to anybody listening right now. So the key, so Ben, I saw you in my chat on there as well, so I appreciate you following me on both. But I can definitely give you advice on Whatnot. In our group, we have lots of Whatnot streamers. So I think Whatnot is the type of future for online selling. I don't know if it is the platform that will take it all. I think honestly, if YouTube did a really good job with it, it would take off.
Like selling?
Selling, like if I was like, hey, these are these Danner boots. You guys ready? Ding, 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 ding. Bid, pay, shipping label, done. That's so easy. But they haven't done that yet, so I don't know what Google is thinking. But if Google plugged in the shopping app,
that'd be interesting.
That would work. So I think live auction shopping is the future. And the reason why is because I can add value. I can say, okay, these Danner boots, they're Gore-Tex. Check out the bottoms. There's not a lot of flaws. This adds value to the item. It's also fun. Oh, I bought it from this YouTube streamer. That's cool, right? So being able to make the item worth more by making it cool helps, because otherwise it's just race to the bottom, which sucks. It's like Oh, Chris has a pair of Danner boots. I don't care. Christine has the same pair of boots for $2 less. I'm going with her. That makes it hard. But if it's like Chris is struggling, he just got suspended, I want to help him out, you buy mine instead of hers. So that's the key. I think it's the future.
So the mentorship, the free mentorship, will also include like
Anything-
other types of platforms.
Any kind of reselling you want.
Okay, not
Any kind of
just
reselling.
eBay.
Not just eBay.
Okay. Daniel is saying, "Hey Chris, why do you choose 1 to 2% promotion rate rather than the suggested ones? Thanks."
Okay, so I used a couple different strategies, and now that I'm suspended on eBay, might as well talk about my secret sauce.
Yeah.
Okay, so first promoter listing strategy. Ready? 0%. So a good chunk of my items I didn't do any promoted listings because they would sell anyway. Giving you an example, let's say Marine Layer, really good brand, local to here. I can find it all the time. Has a very high sell-through rate. Does not need promoted listings. Okay. Compare that with Banana Republic. It's everywhere in every single city in every single part of America. Or J. Crew. That's hard. So for that, I might pick suggested plus 2%. Right. So that means I'm willing to take whatever eBay gives me, the variable rate, which might be 20%. Maybe eBay says, if you don't pay 22% of the sale, we don't give you any J. Crew traffic. It's too flooded. You want to sell J. Crew? Pay us the mafia money. Okay? That might be the case for something as generic as J. Crew. Marine Layer, Carhartt, CC Filson, these brands are so hot, you don't need to have promoted listings. So I had a different rates for different items. Promoted plus 2% was my most aggressive that I reserved for my crappiest items. So it's like if you have Supreme, Off-White, Louis Vuitton, Chanel collaboration, you can use all 4 words in the title. Okay, you probably don't need promoted listings, okay, because 1 million people are looking for that item. So it just depends on what you're selling. Plenty of people do really well with no promoted listings, so your mileage may vary.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Everyday Investments, for the super chat.
Appreciate you.
So the Dodie26 says, would it be good to do international shipping on eBay to increase customers? Did you sell internationally for your store, and do you have any advice on this? Do you have a current video on this topic?
Girl, I have like so much advice on this. The easiest thing to do is to do the global shipping program, and I would recommend this. This is why. It is more expensive for your customer in Switzerland to use the global shipping program because they have to pay the full customs amount, the full shipping amount, but they're really likely to get the item because eBay Shipping Center in Kentucky is probably going to do all the right things to make sure the package gets there. Now, the reason why I say use the global shipping program is because once it gets to Kentucky, you're done. As long as the item is as described, you're good to go. But when you handle direct to the customer, you're sometimes saving $10, $15, $20 per transaction for the customer, and you might actually be able to pocket some money too, because let's say you charge $30 to ship it to Russia and it only costs you $13 to ship, you pocket another $17. But there's also a lot of hurdles with that. It may get stuck in customs. I've had issues where you ship it to a country, and if the item doesn't show movement for 30 days, you automatically lose if they open a case. So I've seen this. Ship an item to a country, no movement for 30 days, I lose the case on the 31st day, tracking updates the next day, they went and picked it up. So that's like a super duper awesome scam for a different country where they get items for free, including shipping all the way from the great United States of America. But I wouldn't worry so much. I had a 12% increase in sales switching to international. There's lots of different things that you can do. You can also sign up for, what is that site called? There's another site that actually will relist your items on eBay UK, eBay Germany, eBay Australia, and they'll post it on different world websites for you. That's good, but it is confusing because in your PayPal you'll have euros, you'll have francs, you'll have British pounds, you'll have, whatever, the different currencies. So it's a bit confusing transferring all those, but the short answer is use the global shipping program, use eBay's international. You will get more sales. It is headache free. It does cost your customer more. You will not make a profit on the shipping, but that's okay. You still get the exposure. sell more items.
Mhm.
I should make a video on that. It's a lot.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Amalthea
Appreciate
25. And then also another super chat from Everyday Investments. He says, "Hi Chris, I have a 6,000 item store averaging 30 sales per day,
Yep.
but since last Monday have only been averaging 20. Am I worrying for nothing?"
Yes. So with 6,000 items and 30 sales a day, I would say you have a healthy store. My colleague Tech and Sports has 50,000 items and has 250 a day. It ranges. I don't know exactly, but I would guess between 150 and 400 items sell. It's a little bit of a variance. Luckily, we're not in business for only a few days. Also, tax time, stock market, it can be distracting for buyers. When the news cycles go crazy, I find that sales slow down. So, depending on what you sell, those markets may fluctuate. So that's why I look at it at a minimum month over month, not week or day by day. Also, quarter or year over year would be best because for 5 straight years, I made more money on eBay than the previous year. And I totally recommend signing up for the Patreon right now, especially at the Facebook group because of the last podcast last Friday, because we talk about this. What's his name? Everyday Investments?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys ready? This is I'll drop the biggest nugget from that episode right now. If you can grow your eBay store year after year, okay, without putting in any more of your own money, that's the secret. That's the secret to it's compounding. So essentially, when I redid the store, I compounded like $1,000 into $200,000 worth of inventory in 3 years of just reinvesting it again over and over again, because you guys know if you play the stock market and you get a 6 to 10% return and you start in your 20s, when you retire you're a multimillionaire. That's only 6 to 10%. When you're on eBay, you can make hundreds of percent return. You can get rich in 5 to 10 years if you don't take any money out and you reinvest it into the engine. So here's my take on that. Sorry, this is a long-winded answer. 6,000 items. If you're selling 30 a day, you're probably still cash flow positive. So whatever amount that you're listing, hopefully the 30 sales pays for it. If it doesn't pay for it, then you need to be careful and go back and adjust your items, because you don't want to be putting money into your store to grow it. That actually has the opposite effect. If you have to put money into your store every year to keep it going, you will eventually go bankrupt. So, gotta be careful. Gotta be cash flow positive.
Thank you for the super chat, the Doty26. Thanks for all your advice and all you do.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Let's see. So Lisa says, "I really need help with the accounting piece. I am overwhelmed with tracking and receipts."
Okay.
We do have a video on it.
We do have a video on it. Take a deep breath. It is a bit intimidating at first, and that's actually the very first part of the reseller mentorship, is understanding the reselling financials. So once you have it all dialed in, and I would recommend joining the Facebook group, tag Cheryl Miller. She is our accountant, and she can give you professional advice. You can book a half an hour with her. I have seen some really messy records, but she can usually straighten you out in a couple of hours. Essentially, you just need a system for inbound and a system for outbound. So you need a system for what happens when items come in and what happens when items go out. Once you have that, you can just rinse and repeat the same thing over and over again, and that would be how you figure it out. But take a deep breath. If you have to call the IRS and ask for tax help, they are very nice. Had great experience working with the IRS. Ask them what's going on, how to help. Talk to an accountant in person. My channel is sponsored by 1-800-ACCOUNTANT sometimes, so you can call them. It is expensive. It sounds expensive, but it's not really that expensive. And I actually recommend, if you can, do it in person and take your credit card statement, your bank account, go sit down with the CPA. A couple of hours later, you'll understand how eBay works. And we have videos on it.
The Bearded Bookworm says, "I've looked and can't find it explicitly stated. When you have to pay an auction insertion fee on eBay, are you refunded that fee if the item sells?"
Yes. And you're not if it doesn't. But in the case that you have to pay for it either way, I think it's 10 cents. So don't worry about it. Um, don't only list items when there's free listings. That makes no sense. Like, if you're gonna make $10 profit, invest the 10 cents. There's people apparently that have all these profitable items and they're waiting for eBay to give them free listings. Why? Everything that makes money costs money. So just pay up. It's like you can go to the county fair and pay for a booth, or you can sell your caramel popcorn in your garage, but it's better at the county fair. People want to buy it, you're paying for that traffic. So always pay up for the traffic.
Thank you for the super chat, side gig.
Thank you.
They say, would you please put Brian's book club replay in the $4.99 Patreon tier? He doesn't put it on YouTube anymore. Thanks for everything you do, Chris.
I didn't realize he stopped putting it on YouTube. I'll do my best to move it. Although that's sort of a premium feature because Brian does take time out of his day to host that club on Monday nights. So,
so it's more of the Facebook.
It's more of the Facebook mentorship part, but I might be able to make it available for the $4.99 tier.
Jules says, hey Chris, I'm excited for the new house. Will you be doing any videos or updates here on YouTube? I'm proud of all you are doing. Keep up the awesome work. We all believe in you.
I'm a little afraid to post updates because it's a craftsman home and people are like religious about craftsman homes, and I changed a couple of the historic things about it. We kept some of the historic stuff, changed some of the historic stuff. So do I really want people hating me and being like, you ruined this house by changing this thing? Because my house is 1921, it's old, right? So people like to preserve it, but it's also a 1,000 square foot house, so it's not, it's like, I don't want to say it's not worth preserving, but it's just like, it's just a rectangle. There's nothing really that fancy about it. But Christine and I will make some videos on it. We'll go in there and do some update videos for you guys so you guys can check out the renovation. We had to redo everything. The only thing that was legit was the roof and the foundation, which is great because I'd rather have roof and foundation legit than brand new kitchen that's gonna fall down. So we'll do some videos on it.
Yeah, and also sorry that the audio is low. Usually we do have a mic, but we're charging his phone.
We're charging my phone, and it's also, tight space and square.
And there's the train. Sorry.
We're right by Amtrak. That's what that is.
Okay, so JM is saying, isn't Amazon already doing live auction shopping?
Amazon has been doing it.
Yeah, it's different than Whatnot.
It's different than Whatnot. There will be a
it's
little bit more train because it's past.
But on Amazon, it's like one host that's like talking about a bunch of different random items.
Yeah, it's not quite the same because it's not users doing it at the scale of Whatnot. But I think that eventually they're going to be able to plug that into our own website, and that'll make it a lot better when that happens. Like, for example, if I can just use the YouTube plugin and do the live shopping right now, that would be the best.
Actually, someone did mention that Shopify has a lot of like plugins and apps, and that's partly why it's expensive.
And they're working on, my friend is working on the Shopify plugin for live auction. So it's coming. I'll be able to do live auctions at dailyrefinement.com at some point.
That'd be cool. Randy is asking, does your group have members who only sell on Mercari?
No, but the math is exactly the same. Actually, there probably is. There's no difference whether you sell on Mercari, Poshmark, eBay, Amazon. It's all the same. It's just the platform has different rules to help you maximize it, but the concept is the same. Buy low, sell high, repeat, keep your expenses as low as possible. Try to make systems easy enough so other people can help you. Repeatable is the key. That's why we try to do this live every single Monday at 10 a.m. We can do that. And I don't know how many people are watching right now, but please smash the like button. Consider subscribing.
Alabama Flip says, I'm selling about 360 items from around the house.
Yep.
Any advice or tips on speeding up packaging for shipping with an everything store? It's quite a time vampire.
Absolutely. Oh, actually, apparently I say absolutely. Christine will know, she's the editor. But yes, essentially you have all your different supplies available within arm's reach, and just get a few of each box. So like, maybe Christine can show this area. Like we're shipping out, this is kind of an everything store with my whatnot, right? So there are different package sizes. So I have this available, which is like a normal shoebox size. I have the large flat rate box available. I'm sorry, not flat rate, large shipping box available for different sizes. And then I Frankenbox the double one for bigger items. So I apologize for the audio, we're not hooked up today. But,
Yeah, sorry.
this is, and I have, okay, for nicer items, I use my own packaging. So it just depends on what it is. To speed it up, you just have all the supplies around you. I can build any box within arm's reach. That's the main difference.
So like a shipping station.
A shipping station is huge, and that's part of the mentorship.
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, maybe we'll take 5 more.
Okay. Shaba says, Chris, newly found your channel and hope you're well. Quick question. Do you miss eBay, and what, apart from the traffic, do you miss about it?
I miss waking up and having already made a couple $100, because that's the main part of eBay. My wife was just like, remember that 24-hour income we had with eBay? Yeah, that's what I miss the most. I don't miss shipping every day. I don't miss listing every day. I don't miss how much space eBay takes up. I don't miss the drama, I think, with trying to figure out what eBay is looking for. But it also, I recognize that all the platforms are essentially the same. They all have their thorns and needles that you have to watch out for. But the main thing I miss is the 24-hour income. eBay is the best place to sell secondhand goods on the internet. So that's what's weird to me, because like, even though I got suspended, I'm still recommending it. So they didn't pay me before. They don't, clearly they don't pay me now. So I miss that you can sell almost anything in any condition on eBay. That's really all of it.
OC Sales Online says, I want to know if you put your store on vacation mode, but you scheduled future listings to start each day by doing this, will it still keep up your eBay algorithm?
No, because people can't convert. Like, it lowers your conversion rate when people can't buy it or you're away. So you can do that, but it's not as effective as if you leave it on or you just wait till you come back. Because it's like, see it, can't buy it, or see it, not going to ship till next week. That might actually hurt you, because eBay is giving you that traffic, but you're not converting it. So they don't like that. They want your customers to be able to buy it. Otherwise, they're wasting that money on getting that customer to you. Remember, eBay pays money to get you the customer. That's probably one of the best pieces of advice I can give you. eBay pays money to give you the traffic. So they want it to convert. They don't want to waste money.
Castleman Vlog says, what's the process of refreshing drafts so they don't disappear? I will have to close my store for a few weeks and don't want my drafts to dissipate.
So what I would do is go through all your drafts, bulk edit them 200 at a time, and change the price $1, rearrange something so they don't expire. Drafts start getting really weird after 3 weeks, and I think they disappear, at least the pictures do, after 1 month. So routinely go in there. I don't want to let drafts get older than 2 weeks, to be honest. I'm worried about them expiring and you wasting all that time. So I actually recommend a cap of 2 weeks of drafting at the most. If you take a 3-week vacation, I recommend just taking a week off and then starting it. Because the reason why is it only takes you 1 week to wake up your store. So no matter what, if you don't list for 6 months and then you come back and list for 7 days in a row, your store turns back on. It doesn't take very long to turn your store back on. So there's been zero evidence of people telling me that they're consistent for 7 days, and they're, like, there's people who delist, relist for 7 days. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about listing fresh, in-demand items every day for 7 days in a row. That turns on anyone's store, every single person's store.
Daniel is saying, since you are already on Amazon, why not go full steam ahead on that platform?
No reason other than I can't talk about much of it on YouTube. Christine and I will go over that process of getting my own product on Amazon as well. But being a reseller on Amazon is even more dangerous. There's so many people, way more people get suspended on Amazon for selling goods they don't have permission in eBay.
Mm.
eBay is the wild west. You can kind of like sneak in a couple of questionable items here and there. You can't do that on Amazon. So, not that that's my thing. Amazon's just different, and I don't recommend Amazon part-time. I really don't. It's kind of a full attention, full contact sport. You got to get in there and do it 24/7. eBay you can do on the side, 10 listings a day in an hour. Amazon though, I've never heard that, like 1 hour of Amazon a day. Like Amazon people are working 7 days a week, 20 hours a day. There's no like you never hear an Amazon person say, I want to open a Poshmark closet. But always you hear Poshmark sellers saying, oh, I wish I was on another platform, one that's more consistent. So just something to think about. Maybe 2 more.
Okay. Any other recaps that you want to say?
Yeah, so this last month sucked. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of moving parts. But I want to see everybody at FlipCon, so flipcon.net with Harry Tornado and Phoenix Resells. I'm excited to go to that event, meet some people, maybe take a little load off. That's the main thing. So I'm switching gears right now, moving off of eBay and onto something else. And I'm also looking for some legal counsel because apparently the eBay investigation might be continuing. I don't know what that means. They've already released all the funds. I don't know what they're doing. But I stopped selling shoes January 19th and they got suspended April 20th. That doesn't even make sense. 3 months after I finished selling shoes, they're still coming after me. So it's very odd. So looking for legal counsel. I don't know if there's anything I can do. It's just so weird because everything I did has a paper trail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very odd. But appreciate everyone. Remember the mentorship starts in a week. I need to go to T-Mobile and figure out the hotspot situation. But appreciate everyone. Maybe we'll call it.
Yeah, hit the like button, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for hanging out.